From the loser, that is DDG, to the Grammy nominations, we've got all that and so much more to talk about in this week's episode of The Playlist. First, the Red Bull Culture Clash was a hit success, but some are saying that Madhouse Experience was not the rightful winner. Was Jamaica We Say snubbed, or... So, some tea for you. Allegedly, some of the pretty boys in dancehall are fighting. Armani is apparently at odds with a famous dancehall DJ. But is this just promotion for Armani's upcoming concert in December, or are the girls actually fighting? Of course, we couldn't have an episode of The Playlist and not mention the teacher, Addy, the Gaza boss, Vybz Kartel, who recently had a press conference for his upcoming concert in December, where he shared breaking news. Jordy. 50% off on Bleachers tickets, as well as the launch of his new rum called Street Vybz, Totally Vybz, something along those lines. The producer will put something up here, but congratulations to all Kartel fans who are now able to attend this one-of-a-kind, amazing concert. But wait. Of course, I could not mention the question on everyone's mind. Should we still be looking to the Grammy nominations as a marker for success? What authority does the Grammys have to tell us what's good music? We have all that and more on this new episode of The Playlist. I'm your girl Luna, and of course I've got my amazing co-host Jordy.
Big Lou, what's good?
Guys, we've got a lot to chat about. Where do you want to start? Culture Clash.
Culture Clash.
Culture
Yeah.
Clash was a big deal.
Culture Clash is good.
Unfortunately, I was sick. I was at home down really bad, sobbing. As you guys know, I was rooting for Team Chrome, which was Jamaica We Say, and I was watching from home, and I was shocked to see that they were not the victors.
I was there.
Okay.
You know, I made my way there. It was looking sticky at first, as the group knows, but I got there.
Yeah.
Made it in time. We can just get to the event first.
Yeah.
I would just say the event was good. I think they pulled it off. I think the way they set up the venue, the way they
Where
set up
was
the
the venue?
screens, National Arena.
It was indoors or outdoors?
Indoors.
Okay.
The way they set up the arena, it was good. The screens are set up. Main event production was good. I think they did a good job. And yeah, now if we really want to get into the meat of the matter,
Yeah.
100% Jamaica We Say was snubbed.
Really?
Madhouse Experience shouldn't have won.
Guys, just to give you a little bit of context, Jamaica We Said, they did a Kartel dub and the nigga was in the room.
So
That's crazy.
So I can tell you straight up. So there were four teams. There was Jamaica We Say. There was Big Bad Soca. There was Madhouse Experience, and there was Team London. Now, the way they did it, the way they set it up is like four teams. Each team. So the first round is each team gets to play a set. Don't necessarily have to be dubs. Just play a set. The next one is considered the clash round, where they started playing dubs and stuff like that. Another one was a freestyle where so one team had to play soca, another team had to play dancehall, stuff like that. This is the issue I'm having, and the reason why I said Madhouse Experience won is because apparently Jamaica We Say repeated songs.
Okay.
By the rules. No,
Okay.
I think Jamaica We Say had a thing where they were saying they played original songs and then they played dubs of the original songs. So they're not supposed to be considered the same.
Yeah, isn't that technically what sampling is?
Yeah, well, I don't know how the rules go.
Everything is politics. Everything is politics.
On the spot, guys, Jamaica We Say win. That's where I'm at. Day one, Madhouse Experience need to give the man them trophy. I'm not even going to give the man them trophy.
I will say
seriously.
though that some of the performances I saw were really cool. Steph London, she flew in and that performance looked quite cool.
Wasn't that cool on the ground, you know? I don't know if it was the audio. I don't know if I think. Team London. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I expected better. You had the people who I thought were going to do really well, and I don't know if it's just their organization or just.
It seemed like they, as a team,
They weren't cohesive. They weren't cohesive. They definitely lost. They definitely lost.
Yeah.
It was. I was expecting more from them.
The one soca group.
Big Bad Soca showed up
Yeah.
though, just because I think it's very. I think we had it on the last episode where we talked about how they could translate to the class segment, and they did really well. They had a Alison Hines dub for Roll It Girl, where she said Steph London don't sing a hit song in a while.
Oh my God. And Steph, you still got on stage after that? That's crazy.
And then said DJ Frost supposed to go mind him child or something like
Oh!
that. Yeah, no, let me tell you something. They were, the whole night, Steph London was getting her back kicked in.
Oh my God. I feel like that
each team, obviously except her team, they were aiming at her.
Every time she leaves her house, I feel like that.
It's always something with Jada Kingdom towards her, or it's tough.
One Jada though.
It was tough. Yeah, of course.
Wait, but I also heard there was a kind of a snub because Armani didn't come out with.
Well, I can tell you exactly what was happening there. So
guys, I love drama like this. Like why they're fighting?
I think it may be like the third round, right?
Yeah.
They were bringing out artists. So Jamaica would say, I think at the time they brought out Baker first, right? That gets a reaction, and then I started hearing Fiesta rhythm. So I was like, which is obviously DJ Mac rhythm, and I was like, yo, what's...
Guys, for context, Mac was on Team London.
Right, Team London. So it was playing, and all of a sudden I see Armani on the stage. So I say, this no. So I don't think, when you're in a crowd, I don't think everybody noticed who it was at first. And then after you started hearing the rhythm, and then you see who coming on, and you hear him like maybe 5 seconds into the song, everybody's like, it was like a shock. It wasn't even like, it's like them looking, because I literally have a video of me going like this to the next stage where they were on.
When it comes to shock value, whoever's on Armani's team that came up with that.
So he was on the stage, him singing the song, and it's directed to Mac. Wow. And this is, I don't know if I can say this on YouTube, but, suck very hard at Mac that. And I mean, personally, I was like, yo, aren't they friends?
Are you guys fighting right now?
Like, I don't know what the situation is. I would think that, given, because on the Team London, Valiant was on stage, Valiant and Max relationship. Massacre showed up for Team London, which is why that was so disappointing, because they had some of the heavy hitters and it just never connect.
Wait, how was Valiant's performance?
I mean, the performance is not really what it was. It's just like they came out, they sing the song for like maybe 30 seconds because they have a time limit.
The forward, because it was a noise meter that judges the winner, right?
Yeah, and it's a noise meter for the patrons.
Yeah.
It just didn't do it because Jamaica also kept hitting them over the head.
I want to understand how you felt being in the audience when you hear the Kartel dub and you look up and you see the.
No, it was funny, because he was like, so there was like I guess it's not really VIP. There was like a stage for him and his people, and it was beside Jamaica, I would say. So every time them play a Kartel dub, the place rail up because they know him in the building, right? So it's like they almost had like a advantage, but I feel like they did it on purpose. You know what I mean? Like they knew what they were doing. Like Banker and Chris Diamond, they're veteran Clash DJs, and it showed up for them. It was good you could feel Kartel's presence in the venue.
Okay.
You could.
You know what? Kartel.
As a young people would say, he still has his aura. The aura isn't lost. You get me?
I'm looking. That I feel like is the kind of publicity that he should have been doing for his concert in December. Sir, that is where I feel like you just show up and look pretty.
But and then, I just don't think Madhouse Experience won that. They did by the rules. I just don't think they won it. They had a good final round. They had a really good final round. But I just don't think they won it. It's unfortunate. Personally, I really think Jamaica was the one.
You said DJ Frost also got affected. He's on Madhouse Experience?
No, he was on Jamaica, I would say.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
No offense to you, DJ Frost. I really hope you're paying child support, but I just wanted a nice segue to talk about waste men and how you shouldn't allow just about anybody to knock you up. And we see this in the situation that's currently happening with the beautiful Halle Bailey, aka the Little Mermaid, and her YouTuber boyfriend, ABC.
Okay, first and foremost, YouTuber boyfriend is crazy.
You want me to say E-list rapper? What would you prefer?
I mean, you know what? You're right.
Thank you so much. No, because it's E-list.
YouTuber boyfriend is not worse than E-list rapper.
I would have said Z-list.
He's a streamer.
Streamer, whatever.
He is a streamer, yeah.
I know he's a streamer, but I feel like I have such passionate dislike for this man. Everybody knows of Kai Cenat, okay? He's one of the world's biggest streamers. And he's doing like a stream marathon situation right now, like the Mafia-thon. There's a certain name for it. I can't remember it right now, but the
Mafia-thon.
Mafia-thon, right? It's cool. He has tons of people coming into his house.
30-day stream.
30-day stream. He's got
going.
cameras set up all over his house. He's had lots of people come on. He's had Glorilla, Scarius, Kodak Black Girl. Like, he's got lots of people. DDG, whatever, decided to make his presence known for some reason. Actually, I know the reason. The man is nuff. That's his problem. Anyway, we're not talking about the DDG we see at Kaya. We're talking about this next. No, he really upset me though, because
I can't see it.
this man is a master manipulator. And this really, ladies in the United States of America, you better stock up on your plan B from now, because you can't just allow any and every man to impregnate you. You want to tell me why this man walked into a house where there's 10,000 million niggas all about, Kodak Black was just casually popping perks, and you want to bring your baby in a designer laptop bag? Turn it on! There's nothing up here!
All right, all right. I'm not going to defend him for the designer back thing, but aren't there like, isn't there, if you're doing like the streaming thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, especially given the fact that Kai is doing a 30-day, there's going to be some sort of gimmicks involved.
But it had to be your child? And then you already know that you and the mother of your child are at odds. You've made a lot of this very public because, as we've clearly established, there's nothing going on up here. She comes on, which I'm sure was for legal purposes. Holly, you could do no wrong in my eyes, girl. And she said, I'm actually out of the country and I was not aware that my child, who she harbored in her stomach for 9 months, mind you, okay?
Why do you guys always go there?
Because it's relevant. Anyway, she said, I was not aware that my son would be on this thing, whatever. As a mother. Now think about it. She's not thinking about this from the perspective of, I'm a celebrity, I'm in the public eye. I know my waste man baby father is also in the public eye.
Why are you pointing at me?
Not you.
Every time it's DDG, she's like,
you know what I'm saying? And, you know, Kai ended up giving the baby some toys, some gifts. That's really lovely. But and then people started kind of giving Holly a little bit of grief, and then DDG, the master manipulator, came out and was like, guys, don't give Holly any grief. You don't know what she's going through postpartum. It can be so rough. Support women, blah, 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 blah. DDG makes me want to say a slur. And it's things like this.
Wow,
No, guys, I've literally been talking about this with anyone who will listen, because I cannot believe the man had the audacity to come out and, oh my God, guys, don't give Holly any grief. Da, 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 da. Ye wicked man.
What would have been an appropriate response?
Take the child off the camera. Silence.
I won't like to speak on women issues like that more than so, but I will say that the only thing that was, she has all right to look on DDG and say, yo, why is my kid on stream? Like, especially, I don't know if that was I don't even know if that was a conversation they had before. Because it kind of felt like they never had that conversation.
That's my problem.
So maybe it should be a thing where I just didn't like the publicity of it. Just to say, you know, privacy to just say, yo, we never agreed on that or what is going on. Yeah. But then I think you mentioned something before we came on here where we were saying that, yo, you know, we don't know if they're having any custody.
Yeah, I feel like there may be some legal situation going on when you're trying to figure out custody of the child. So she probably put this out there in the public eye to be like,
which is kind of dirty.
It was dirty. I support women's rights and wrongs. Holly, that wasn't so great, but I understand the rationale behind why you did it. But we've seen time and time again, these men who exist in the public eye, they come in and they abuse their power, and the women seem silly. We saw it happen with Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie.
Jesus.
We saw it. No, we really did. We saw it happen with Giselle Buchanan and whatever her man who plays the sport is called. We see it happen time and time again.
Tom Brady?
That one. And we see it happen time and time again, and I just feel like, protect your womb, protect your mind, protect your spirit.
Especially now.
Especially now. Especially if you
live in what's going on in your country now.
Protect yourself, because let's also remember that a lot of these people are so young. Hallie's literally like 23 years old. Can you imagine? You're dealing with
that
stress.
Young?
Yeah.
I forgot she's that young.
She's really, really young. I mean, like, but it also happens to men, right? Like when Armani had his baby, people were in his comments on TikTok being crazy, trying to figure out who the baby mama was. And
I mean, that's always once celebrities, and I put quotes over that, have children, that's always going to be the case.
But I feel like that's kind of a problem with social media right now. We need to remember that these are children. They did not choose this life. Their parents happen to be living this life, but respect, you know.
Boundaries.
Yeah, I don't feel like...
Also, I think parents just need to not be... Because the problem here is also that a lot of these celebs, I'm using celebs very loosely, kind of use their kids as props.
Yes.
They do. Like we can't go around it. You can see it all the time. So to wrap that up is DDG do better.
Don't be weird.
You know, do better.
Don't like. Isn't that hard to not be weird?
No, actually being weird is trying not to be weird is one of the hardest things to do these days.
I don't.
I'm telling you.
And
it is.
Speaking of being weird, Uncle Kartel, big up yourself for the 50% discount on Bleachers tickets.
And to be clear, the 50% Bleachers tickets is on Black Friday.
Yeah.
So after Black Friday, if you do not get the tickets, the 50% off tickets, you will not get them again.
I have to be annoying real quick.
To be clear, sure.
You know how they're like, there's no war in Ba Sing Se.
There is no war in Ba Sing Se.
No, but this kind of feels like the same vibes of all the tickets are selling. You know what I mean?
No, I think, yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah. There's a level of, you know, it's all fine.
Yeah.
Free, everything's good, right? Everything's
and
great
maybe
in Freedom Street.
So good.
Yeah, I will say, if there's a part of me that feels if things weren't going as well, if things are going well,
yeah,
they wouldn't have a 50%.
No. But he did come out and say,
but I like that you do.
For my fans.
They would.
If it was going great?
If it was, yeah.
You think so?
Why do you think so?
Genuinely.
50%, because I mean, if you can produce enough tickets that can actually supply a certain amount, then you'd still make more money because there's a finite cap on the amount of people that would buy at the current price.
Fair. That's
also, Kartel said he's going to be paying the other half of these tickets.
That's salty with some economics for y'all. Right.
He said he'll be paying the other half of this thing. Kartel, you have stinking money out, and I.
Yes, the money is not.
Not realize.
The money is not JMD, man.
No, that is USD.
It's not JMD.
But big up yourself. He also launched, like I mentioned earlier, his
Straight
new liquor,
Vybz.
Straight Vibes.
Straight
Vibes.
Straight Vibes.
Have you tried it yet?
I had a cup of one.
What do you think?
And all rum kind of tastes the same, you know. I mean, real.
That's not correct, but
no, all basic Jamaican rum, not that far off of each other, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna sit here and be like, yo, it was amazing, but yo, if that pouring on my cup and the vibes were good,
yeah.
like that's
well, I mean, it's Straight Vibes.
Very good, Ludo.
Sorry, I had to remind them that I'm still personable after I just called
DDG
DDG a waste man. My bad.
I mean, to the press conference though.
Yeah.
I mean, overall, again, to me, and I feel like every show that's going through this in the YouTube social media space, we always talk about Kartel because he's the guy that's forefront right now.
And apparently he's performing at Wireless Fest? ?
Yeah, I didn't know. Before we get there, there's a few things.
Yeah.
Obviously, we discussed about the Bleachers 50%. He also spoke a little bit on such events that happened in the USA recently. And you heard it.
Oh my God. I have a question to ask you.
Come back.
Play listeners, can you let us know in the comments? Is it that like every time a new year starts, all the men in the world gather, they send out a chain email and they're like, all right guys, so we have 3 brain cells to share for the whole year.
100%.
How are we going to split it up? What?
I mean, he said I'm not gonna say any names because we know how the YouTube strikes stay. Certain people's right for the job. Him don't believe in representational things.
Let's just say Kartel is Team Blue when it comes to Team Red when it comes to United States politics, which is fascinating.
Can you blur that out? Because we know them states. Let's just blur out that P word.
Oh, like actually. When it comes to recent engagements, anyway.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But beyond that.
That was crazy.
Beyond that, it was a good press conference.
That is crazy to me. How are we trying to root for things like the CMAs? And we have somebody who's supposed to be one of the most iconic figures in our music that's alive right now, literally being like, please, sir, give me a visa, please. It's so embarrassing. What even is going, like, that man will call you a slur to your face, and you're saying, good job, buddy. You're the guy for the game.
You guys, the dollar sign is what is important.
I need us to have some integrity sometimes.
Agreed, you know. Integrity is important, but who are we really looking integrity from celebrities now? That's a whole other topic we don't need to get into. We don't need to get into that. But I don't look for integrity from them. That's just where I'm at. Yeah. Those are not the people I look at and be like, you know, I feel like they need to have a hard stance certain ways. Not anymore. I used to, not anymore. Not,
I think
not
it's
the way
just
I
disheartening every time someone shows me, oh yeah, I'm not for the people, I'm for myself.
He is who he is. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I also wanted to touch on the Grammys. I don't know.
We have to.
Can you remind us who was nominated for the best reggae Grammy?
Okay,
award?
the best.
I'm not drum drilling.
The best reggae Grammy nominations are The Wailers.
For some reason.
The Bob Marley soundtrack, because
Again.
you know is one Bob. And
For some
it's
reason.
one Bob. It's one Bob though.
There's 3
The
cute
great
Marleys
builder.
alive that are making music right now. I don't even understand.
Collie Buds, everybody know who Collie Buds is. Finally they come around. You get me? I mean, he's doing the stuff in Europe, I suppose. Shensio.
Okay, yeah.
Shensio, yeah. I can clap that up. She did a live, and you could tell that it was a very big deal for her.
Yeah, for sure.
And you know, the one and only, the teacher, Vybz Kartel, nominated for his EP that I don't think 50% of dancehall know.
What EP?
But he was nominated anyways.
What was the EP?
He dropped an EP before he came. He dropped an EP when he came out.
You people annoy me. No, like you actually annoy me so bad.
Yeah. So here's my thing.
Why?
This is it for me. First of all, shout out to the nominees. You get me? No matter how we look at it, it's a big deal for you to get nominated, because when you get nominated, it's Grammy nominated artist.
Maska, you were
That's
snubbed.
the tile.
Samurai, you were snubbed, babe.
She was getting to her.
Spice, you know what, Auntie? I low-key think you were snubbed. It would have been nice if you got a little nomination.
I definitely, Massacre was snubbed for me. If there's one artist I look at and say, in terms of a proper body of work that came out of this country, and it's not like him. First of all, it's not like him not signed to a label, and that is my issue. I don't know what's going on with him label, what's going on over there. But the fact that he could, and his album was submitted. So the fact that can't get a nomination, that make me feel like Def Jam kind of let him down, personally, because I don't understand. But...
And even if you argue that, that's dancehall and this is the reggae.
No, and that's not actually how it works, because if you go on the site, or according to them, reggae is just the...
broad term.
Yes, it's a broad term, but they kind of categorize it into... reggae, dancehall, soca, that they're all putting just under the reggae ban.
Romain Virgo's album.
Snubbed.
Huge snub.
Really good album. Snubbed also.
I even expected TJ's album, I Am Chippy, to maybe even get a little nom there.
I don't know if that came out.
It did. It was on the list of...
Oh, it was submitted.
Yeah, it was
okay.
submitted. I mean, there were 72 albums that were submitted. And these were the ones selected for some strange reason.
We can always get into it. Like, once you have the last name of the great builder, the culture builder,
Marley.
But
they won't even give other Marleys a chance.
But what's weird is that the soundtrack was nominated. Like the soundtrack of the movie.
The soundtrack?
That's where I'm like, come on.
That doesn't.
We're doing
you
it.
might as well have nominated the Little Mermaid soundtrack, since we're not. Nominate the Wreck-It Ralph soundtrack, since that's what we're doing.
I think those get nominated.
Nobody.
They do. I'm just saying. But yeah,
we need to start looking towards the CMAs. The CMAs this year.
Not only the CMA, the MOBO Awards are happening in the UK.
I think they did a pretty good job.
No, they do, because they pay attention.
The CMAs, there's room for improvement, but now that you see that there's a desperate need for it, I hope the organizers of the CMAs put more effort into it.
We need to start. We need to start like having these really big championing of our own culture, because clearly. And I'm a big Massacre fan, and 2 of those albums, I said both of them are classic. Some people say one is a classic and one is really good. I said both are amazing. And what you're telling me that one out of them can't get a nomination?
But Bob Marley can get.
Bob is always gonna get a nomination.
I just feel like
that's fine.
No, but I just feel like when is the new generation gonna get a chance? Even outside of the Marleys, the new generation of artists. There's a lot of complaining that they're not evolving, they're not growing as artists, they're not doing this, they're not doing that, and yet they cannot get a single chance. I do not understand.
I think it comes from, I had that conversation with some people, and as much as I can argue for like a Massacre, for example, the real issue here is that as much as we love the music and diaspora love the music. So for example, Massacre in America, Massacre are probably very big in terms of in Miami, in New York. You go outside of that, he might not be as big. So somebody from Texas probably don't know who Massacre is.
You tell me someone from Texas is listening to the Wailers?
Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. I'm not gonna. Do you want to repeat that?
I'm just saying Squash is bigger than Massacre, just to give you like an idea of how big these artists are.
I
Massacre
think
isn't a really foreign artist.
that's fair. Squash is based over there, but so there's credence, but there's also like you still have to be like, no matter what dancehall and reggae, Jamaica's the mecca for it.
Yeah.
There has to be some sort of representation that is over there or in the community saying that, yo, the music is being championed from the island.
Not from the island, from
The culture,
region.
that's the culture. It's being championed, and I don't know if I can. I don't want to just be like, oh, Grammy committee. We can do that to blue in the face. My thing is like, what are the labels doing for these artists? Because I'm really flabbergasted by Generation of Kings not getting a nomination. I don't get it. So what's gonna happen next year now? Because next year is some big hitters, you know. Massacre is coming out December again. He said it.
Wow.
Valiant is coming out next year. Leela is coming out next year.
Wow.
What are like and obviously if the music is good, if they don't get nominations,
Then
what are we looking at?
It's time we start looking to the local, to the region.
Yeah.
I feel like there's
I
no
agree.
way that this region can have so much global influence and so much. Like when you think about in the world of music, Jamaica and the Caribbean are considered the cool kids, okay? This is where people find out what's hot, what's cool, what's fun, what's exciting, what's the next big thing. There's no way we can't have enough respect for ourselves that we don't put more effort into the award shows and the acknowledgement of what's going on here locally. I see Rasai is a great example of somebody who is really pushing for this like local and regional acknowledgement of what's being done. What do you guys think? Let us know, because it's kind of gotten to the point where it's like, man, do we just...
Oh, and more overseas news.
Yeah.
Out of the Grammys. Young Thug got out of
Yeah!
Free slam.
I have a little like gossip about that I think is just delicious.
There we go.
So, as we know, Young Thug and Mariah the Scientist, cute. You guys remember the Daddy, am I your baby? You remember that whole meme situation? That was hilarious.
Shout out to Mariah. She's actually a very decent
Big
artist.
up Mariah. But the real gag is before Thug and Mariah were together, he was with this girl named Carly something. Gorgeous girl, dark skin, real big. We love her. But they were together from like right at the start of his career when Young Thug was still like uko and skinny and nice. So there was apparently an interview that was done of Thug in jail. There was a video, right?
Ugh.
Hello, there is a picture of Mariah right next to a picture of Carly. Gag of the century. So people were like, oh, once he comes out of jail, Mariah's gonna have to be fighting Carly at the gate to see where it was. However, he did come out of jail and the news started circulating that apparently he did not go to Miss Mariah. Nobody knows where Thug went.
No, there was a thing.
Where did he
Hold
go?
on. When he got released, Mariah, who was on tour with Lotto,
Yeah.
and a lot of people had to come out and say, Mariah Santos will not be performing today because of
No,
some
she
unknown
even
reason.
said, oh, I'm gonna stop this show early to go
Yeah,
see
she
my
go see her man.
First of all, ladies, don't do that.
What do you mean don't do that?
Don't do that.
That's her guy
You
though.
know that?
No.
You never do that?
I'm sorry, but like, you think that man is gonna look at
Get
you?
your bag first.
Exactly. Get
Okay.
your bag first. You were holding it down for this man for how long?
Still like a turn back.
No, but you've now disappointed your fans. You don't seem like a professional because you walked off stage. It's still gonna take you. He still has to go through the process. They still have to stamp him. He's not coming out for right now, girl. And when he came out, he didn't go to you, so you look stupid.
I mean, his beyond the, and thank you for the tea. Beyond that, like his probation is. Did you hear the rule? His
His
probation.
probation is nuts. He like can't go back to Atlanta for
Then
like 20
what?
years.
That's like, yo, we expect to see you here again, sir.
But they said that you can't. They're kind of contradictory because one of them said they can be at a place, but he can't be at the broadest.
He can't be in
Yeah.
Metro Atlanta.
He can't be in Metro Atlanta, but he can be in Georgia. He can't sing anything to do with like
Gangs.
drugs, gangs, anything. And he has to put on, I think, 4 shows a year promoting peace and no drug usage and stuff like that.
To me, I mean, 15 years probation is a long time, but it's better than life.
It's way better than jail. Hello, you got off scot-free, sir. You got off scot-free. You're very lucky. You now get to go and live your life.
And
you still
it's
have
not
a
like,
career.
Yeah, they still live out there. You know, him can still fly.
He can still fly.
to the
You're still
music.
getting royalties. You're still able to go wherever and perform.
It's interesting.
You have your passport. You got
And apparently got $1 million from Drake.
Yeah,
Apparently.
allegedly.
Not sure
but we know
how true
Drake
that
love
is.
man, so that is surprising to absolutely. That is surprising. To
Yo,
absolutely
okay, so if,
everyone.
alright, since him love bad, so you're telling me, say, if your friend got out of prison and you have the $1 million to give, you know,
Yeah.
and you know, say him been fighting legal battles, you want to give your friend $1 million if you can give him?
My thing is, why is it that you had to be one of the first girly pops to itch up underneath him when he came out of jail? One.
Because
And then
he's
two,
running to
hold on,
Atlanta
hold
for
on.
$1
And then
few dollars,
two-
guys.
And then 2, if he's really your friend, why is it that we all now know? This was
I mean,
a
no,
publicity
I don't
stunt.
think Drake never announced that. Academics is the one that just came out and said, you get me? Drake, it's not like Drake said, yo, it's not like Drake came on stream and was like, yo, dog, you know, I got you.
No, but could you
Here's
imagine
$1
if he
million.
did?
He didn't say that.
But
You
that's
get
so
me?
Drake coded, I wouldn't even
It
be
is.
surprised.
It is, to be fair.
Anyway, guys, we have some little hidden gems, just some numbers that we want to, or some little drops that happened recently that we do want to make sure we give a special mention to.
Yes, sir.
Friday Night Crew has to be one of those first
My
mentions.
boys, Friday Night Crew, Blessing in Disguise. A very, very short, concise, but good music
Yes.
EP. You guys can check that out. It's really awesome.
My favorite song is the one with Akina Iman. I'm trying to find the name of the song.
Yeah,
right
Storm Skies, I think.
now. Yes,
Yeah.
wait.
If I remember. I think it's Storm Skies.
Yeah, no, Storm Showers.
Storm Shower, yeah.
Yeah, Royal Blues also on there. That's a real banger.
I've told them already because they're my friends actually. I've told them that
Okay, popular.
I wasn't the one. I wasn't the one to promote it.
Okay, sure. My bad.
I was the one to promote it, but they're my boys. That song has. I want them to milk that song for us. That song is
Really,
good.
really,
It's a
really
really
good.
good song. Shout out to you guys. Another person, Ayatosh. He produced a whole album. He produced a whole album by
Yes.
Kyrax. It's called, if I remember correctly, it's called Summer Woes. All produced by Ayatosh. Really, really interesting album. That's what I would say. If you guys read project, I should say. You guys should check it out. It's really well done.
Wait, interesting how like it blends sounds well.
Yeah, it does blend sounds well.
Okay.
It's not just a straight like dancehall reggae album. It gives a lot of Afro pop vibes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you should listen to it for sure.
One more thing about Ayatosh, he will be coming out with a full body project
Yes,
soon.
sir.
And you guys should watch the playlist space.
Yeah,
We may have something
we
cool
may have
coming
something
out for you
coming out with
guys.
him. Shout out to Ayo.
Big up.
Also, I want to give a big shout out to Royal Blue. His new single "Stranger Twice." Really good song. Blue has been one of those people who's been on the scene for a minute, but the music is always fresh. So you guys should listen out to that. And those are Jordy's hidden gems. I can put something down there.
Oh, that's so cute. Do it again. Should we do it together? Just do it again and I'll do the thing.
Those are Jordy's hidden gems.
That was so cute. All right, guys, make sure you comment down below, like, share. Let us know what you think of this episode. Are we going to collectively jump DDG or do you want to take it today and I do tomorrow? Let me know. Are you guys going to be tapping into the CMAs? Are you going to be voting? Should we just say ugh to the Grammys and just focus on what we have to do? Are you going to be getting one of the 50% off Bleachers tickets for Vybz Kartel show in December?
And can we send a petition for Amado's experience to give Jamaica, we say, back them trophy?
It's okay. Don't be a sore winner, okay? Just accept
Just ship it back.
something.
Ship it back for real.
And dance hall, pretty boys. Everybody should just hold hands and be friends again.
Not all the time.
Unless good music is coming out of this beef, girl, who cares? Anyway, this was fun. Thanks, guys. I've been your girl, Luna.
This is Jordy. And again, guys, follow us on Instagram, please.
Stay tuned with
share,
Luna.
Subscribe. Jordy Management, Jordy MGMT to be exact.
Yes, and on Instagram, it's at The Playlist. On Twitter, it's Culture Outlet. We will see you guys in the next one.